All right, so today we have the week 5 recap against the Carolina Panthers. So the Detroit Lions defeated the Carolina Panthers 42 to 24. Now, Bryce Young was 25 of 41, 247 yards. He averaged 9.9 yards per pass. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 1 sack. He had a 82.1 quarterback ranking. Now, for the Carolina Panthers, it was a lot of their run game. They could not really run the football. Credit to Detroit's defense, but when you can hold Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders to basically 67 yards combined, 35 for Chuba and 32 for Miles Sanders, it's going to be a really good day. You kept him out of the end zone, on the ground. Beautiful job. They only allowed 99 yards rushing for the Detroit Lions defense. And Adam Thielen, we all know what we were going to get when we seen Adam Thielen, longtime Minnesota Viking player. And, he had 13 targets for 11 receptions and 107 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Mingo, 5 for 7 for 48 yards. DJ Chark, former Detroit Lions, had 3 receptions on 6 targets for 42 yards and a touchdown. Ian Thomas had 1 for 2 for 28 yards. Hayden Hurst was 3 for 3 for 21 yards. Tommy Trumbull, 1 for 1 for 1 yard and a touchdown. And then Chuba Hubbard was 1 of 2, 0 yards, and Miles Sanders 0 for 1 on the passing. Eddie Pinheiro was 1 for 1 on the day. 3 for 3 for extra points. His long field goal was the 33-yarder. And then, on the sacks, it was Henderson, Burns. Burns was a beautiful sack. I'd hate to say it because it was against Jared Goff, our quarterback, but it was just a beautiful play that he made, and it was right to him. And, so shout out to Brian Burns on his sack, but those are the only 2 sacks that came from the Carolina Panthers defense. Now, Jared Goff, can we say less about him? Because, the man is a phenom. For 132.4 passer rating, 2 sacks, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had 20 of 28 for 236 yards. He averaged 11.8 yards per throw. David Montgomery, again, he's a beast. He's a dog. 19 attempts, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Craig Reynolds really came in that fourth quarter and kind of took over for David Montgomery. He had 7 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Jared Goff also added 2 attempts for, it would be technically a yard, even though it comes up as 0. But he did get the touchdown. Rushing touchdown. And then, obviously, Teddy Bridgewater came in for his 2 kneel downs, and that was about it. Josh Reynolds, he was 4 for 5 for 76 yards and a touchdown. Sam Laporta, everybody was giving him a lot of stuff during the offseason. Where y'all at now? Because the man is a beast. He was 3 for 4, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let me say that again. 2 touchdowns. And then Khalif Raymond, 3 for 3, 45 yards. Marvin Jones Jr., welcome to the 2023 NFL season. Finally got 2 receptions for 22 yards on 2 targets. So he was perfect. Every single ball that was thrown, 2 for 2, 22 yards. Average 11 yards per catch. And then David Montgomery added 2 catches for 6 targets with 20 yards. And then Brock Wright, 3 for 3 for 16 yards. Zonovan Knight did go down with an injury. Hopefully he is all right. It looked like it was a shoulder, possibly an arm injury. But he was 1 for 1 from through in the air and for 8 yards. And then Jameson Williams, welcome back, my brother. 2 for 3 for 2 yards. They didn't really utilize Jameson like I thought they would have. I mean, I would have gave him at least a handful of plays, at least 2 more plays. But even with all the injuries to running back, no Amon-Ra St. Brown, no Jahmyr Gibbs, no James Mitchell. Well, that'd have been a perfect time to give at least 5 to 7 plays for Jameson Williams and even maybe utilize him as a running back. I mean, the kid is fast. Utilize that speed. But, I mean, hey, first game back, I'll take it. 2 for 3 for 2 yards. Riley Patterson, 0 field goals because he did not have to take an attempt. He was 6 for 6 for extra points. Zonovan Knight, 1 kick return, 22 yards. No punt returns by anybody on the team. Alex Anzalone, 11 tackles on the day. Will Harris had a pass deflect, 9 tackles, 7 of them were solo. Derek Barnes had 6 tackles, 2 were solo. Kirby Joseph, 5 tackles, 4 were solo. Cameron Sutton was 5 tackles, 3 were solo. Jerry Jacobs, put some respect on Jerry Jacobs' seatbelt gang name. Let's go. Because the man had 4 tackles, all 4 were solo. Interception, pass deflect, set up a touchdown for Sam Laporta. Tracy Walker, 4 tackles, 3 were solo. Aiden Hutchinson, 3 tackles, all 3 were solo. 2 of them were tackle for losses. 1 of them were for a sack. He had an interception and a pass deflected. That interception was beautiful. It was one-handed, kind of tipped it, grabbed it, turned, got a couple extra yardage. Did go down limping a little bit. Probably it was like a thigh bruise or something like that. Nothing too serious. He came back in and balled out. Now, our corner, Emmanuel Mosley, did go down. There was no update on the man, so we don't know what was going on. I don't know if he was back out there. Nothing. I mean, there was 0 word on Emmanuel Mosley, so I will update you guys, I guess, on the community tab when I find word on Emmanuel Mosley, but he did go down in his first game back. So quite concerning. Jack Campbell, the hitman, 2 tackles, both of them were solo. Ali McNeil, 3 tackles, 2 of them were solo. He did have a forced fumble. And and Will Harris, I believe, also had a fumble recovery. So I did forget to mention that on Will Harris. Will Harris had a fumble recovery on the Ali McNeil forced fumble. And then Isaiah Buggs, he had a couple penalties called against him, but, I mean, it is what it is. That's part of football. He had 2 tackles. 1 of them were solo. And then Charles Harris, 1 tackle. 1 of them was solo. Benito Jones, 1 tackle. And John Kaminsky, 1 tackle. Now, time of possession was completely owned by the Detroit Lions, 31 minutes and 15 seconds to 28 minutes and 45 seconds. 377 total yards for the Lions, 342 yards for the Panthers. And also it was 218 passing yards for the Detroit Lions, 243 passing yards for the Panthers. Like I said earlier during the Panther section, 99 yards rushing total to the Detroit Lions, 159. So Lions completely dominated on the ground. 23 first downs to the Panthers, 26. 5 penalties for the Lions, 7 penalties for the Panthers. My favorite stat line ever in all of football, outside of victory formation. What is the turnover ratio? TCOB, take care of the ball. 3 turnovers for the Carolina Panthers, 0 turnovers. I repeat, 0 turnovers for the Detroit Lions. Detroit got 2 sacks and Carolina got 1. Lions got 1 sack. Carolina got the 2 sacks, so they won the sack battle. 60 total plays for the Lions, 65 for the Carolina Panthers. But here's an interesting thing for the Lions and Panthers game. So let me go quarter by quarter what the score was, right? So first quarter, 0-14. Lions won the first quarter, 14-0. Second quarter, 14-10. Lions won the quarter by 4. Third quarter, we still have our third quarter woes. We got to fix it. We got to fix it. We got to fix it. Whether it's add Jamison Williams more plays, David Montgomery run harder, whatever the case may be, something's got to turn in that third quarter as we're playing at this high level. But the score was 0-0 in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, it was 14-14 tied in the fourth quarter. But the funny part is, and why I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention a little bit, because every quarter that we scored, it was 14 points. 14 points in the first, 14 points in the second, 14 points in the third. 14 points in the fourth quarter. So total score was 42-24. Mirror image. Lions get the victory. Move to 4-1. Now, next week, our game was flexed, so we will be back for another live stream at 4:25. I will be live for that game. Definitely want to tune in, have some fun. If you've never been into one of my live streams, you definitely want to do it because we have a blast. And, every time I'm live and we do a game this season, we have one. On the road, I wear my Golden Tate jersey. And on the road, I wear my Kelvin Johnson jersey. And, but hey, we are undefeated when I'm on. So the one game that I did miss, which was week 2 against the Seattle Seahawks, we did lose. So, hey, I'm a little superstitious, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Man, how you feeling after 4-1? Is it too early to say Lions Super Bowl? Or are we, let's just win the division? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would love to hear it. Would love to hear from you, the community. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video because grit don't quit. One pride, baby. Peace. Lions get the victory, baby.
Charging team that will not yield, and with a blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rock, rock, rock. Go hard, win the game.